after publishing a paper proving that 2020 vision was in fact.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Spider-Man.
Let's run that back.
Okay.
Police are still looking. No, I can't do it. All right. Ryan, mute yourself. I heard you laughing. That made me laugh.
No, I'm sorry. Boris was just getting up. I'll stop.
Police are still looking for 2 scientists. They mysteriously disappeared after publishing a paper proving that 2020 vision was in fact a myth. More on that story later, but first, we go live to a reporter out in the field, Jeannie. Jeannie, hello?
Hi.
This is already chaos.
Jesus Christ, just get Justin. He's like an actual reporter.
I can't do it.
That's a good point. Why didn't you get the actual
That was a
reporting
great
note
start.
to
This
get
is the
to-
best, most structured start to any stream I've done so far.
Hi.
It actually is great also, because right now I have a solid black screen. It's not picking up my game. It was, I could see my screen a second ago.
You gotta stop moving.
I'm not moving.
I meant turning.
Oh.
Oh my god, this is...
If you ever get through your lines, just
It's
like
kangaroo
turn
court.
around.
It's kangaroo court.
Ryan,
I
what do you
get to
jack
my-
on?
Turn
Check
around?
on my
Like
voice.
after you get through all your lines, just turn
I
around.
don't have any lines.
The thing I gave you, we are
I
standing
thought
on
you
the...
were saying that.
No, you're saying that, Jeannie.
Oh! Okay. Okay. That makes sense.
Oh.
Okay,
Well,
I
now
can't do it.
What's going on?
Genie, take a deep breath and think about dead kittens.
You've got this.
It's gonna take a while.
This is gonna be great.
This lawyer is making sexual advances on me. He's misrepresenting my case.
Yeah.
He
Except
said he said he wouldn't represent my case unless I sucked his dick.
Wait, we got it. Okay, we have visuals on the screen. Want to try this one more time?
Wait, Nathan.
They say on live you don't get second chances, so you actually get third chances.
Okay, just give me a
Yeah, no worries.
I
Nikki,
think you should get
Nick-
someone else to...
No, Jeannie, you're in this now.
Okay.
Boris, I'm gonna take a step back. Jeannie, come closer, stand in front of me. And then I'm gonna go through the beginning
It's
again.
the funniest
We're
shit
gonna
I've
go-
ever heard.
It's
take a while.
the funniest shit I've ever heard. Alright. So you know what police would do? This is the most unprofessional news broadcast. Alright, everyone ready?
Anything today, please?
Police
Yeah.
are still looking for 2 scientists. They mysteriously disappeared after publishing a paper proving that 2020 vision was in fact a myth. More on that story later, but first, we go live to our reporter in the field, Jeannie. Hello, Jeannie.
Oh my god.
This is not happening, is it?
Alright, let's head to the courtroom.
You stop laughing.
Alright. I guess we'll pass it to the judge and quiet down.
She's
Gotta-
not stopping
gotta-
either. She's gonna get out of her system.
Just 1 second. Just, come on. Just, okay, let's go.
Okay, Judge.
Alright, Judge, it's on you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the court against Odin's son, kidnapper or supposed kidnapper of baby Yoda. Tonight we're going to start with talk from the prosecution, move on to the defense, in which the witness is defending himself. Then we're going to have final statements and end with the sentencing and or acquittal. Brian, that's your
Oh, I go? Okay.
That's you.
professional.
Children. The bread and butter of our society. We love them. How could we not? They're our
Objection,
future.
objection, Your Honor. Not everybody loves kids.
You're one to say an objection, aren't you? I bet you don't like
The
kids.
excuse me.
I
The
bet you
defense.
don't.
The defense will please let the prosecution finish the opening statements.
As I was saying, children. You love them, but how could you not? Especially when one of them is yours. And you would hate to have one of yours taken away. Your lifeblood. Gone. That's exactly what this man here did. He took a
Objection,
child.
Your Honor. Objection.
You shut
Sustained.
This is unproven accusation.
This is opening statements. He's allowed to circumspect.
How could we not? But when one of yours is taken, it's heartbreaking. It's absolutely atrocious. And you would never wish that upon anyone.
Objection, Your Honor. This is rhetoric.
The prosecution may shoot the defendant. For a
Yeah,
second.
Objection.
One shot.
This'll probably... Okay.
Hey, Adam, stop. No, God,
Alright, this is war.
no.
This is court.
Uh,
This is court.
Okay.
It's kangaroo
Violence
court.
is only permitted by the judge.
No.
This is
Someone
kangaroo
messed up.
court. It's just lying in the middle. Don't worry.
Can I have my opening statement
Oh
now?
shit.
Prosecution, are you finished?
No more shooting, okay?
Yeah, 1 second.
Oh no.
Your
Could you
Honor.
please lower the
It
bow?
seems, Your Honor, it seems the prosecution is attempting to murder somebody in the courtroom. A crime more heinous than the one I'm being accused of.
That's debatable, but we'll get to that later. Prosecution, are you finished your opening statement?
1 second.
Counselor,
Yes, you would hate it when one of yours is taken. You never wish that upon anyone. That's why they're... That's why we are here. Because one of them was taken. That's my opening statement.
Okay.
okay,
The
I'm going
defense
to
will speak now.
begin my opening statement.
Okay,
Since
please
we're
bear in
just,
mind it is tradition not to talk on the prosecution's opening statements. Just bear in your mind, only enter into evidence your own testimony.
Okay, don't speak on my
Oh, he says
when I'm
you.
talking, okay?
Says
Well,
you.
he said it. He said it. Don't speak. Just shut your mouth. If the court would hear me today,
Lower the bow.
I would propose that as Ryan seems to have thrown all caution to the wind and accused me blatantly of a crime I have not committed, I would like to interject that maybe he kidnapped Baby Yoda.
So you would be entering a plea of not guilty?
Yes, and I would also be countersuing the
Not
prosecution.
suing me. I'm not suing you.
Yeah, but there's not really a counter-prosecution term, is there? So we're going to
There's
go
no
with
such
counter.
thing as counter prosecution.
Okay, the judge will hear your case and then my case afterwards, because that is how countersuing works.
I think first we should briefly establish the court case here. Are we doing a kidnapping of an actual person or the kidnapping of an entity? How is Baby Yoda considered in this case?
I would argue that it is a physical entity with no
I bet you
personality.
would, baby kidnapper.
You realize,
But
Ryan, that if he's to countersue the excuse me, I've been drinking a bit. If he's to countersue and win, it will be harsher consequences against you if you accept that Baby Yoda is a person.
this is a very slow prosecutor. Can I just prosecute myself and then defend myself? Because he's really slow.
No.
I will take.
All right,
Please
Ryan,
finish
you want to
your
present your
sentence.
evidence before accusing me?
I just wanna. Fuck. That's person. We're going with
Your
person.
Honor, Your Honor, can you tell the
Yes.
prosecution to put his weapons away?
Would the prosecution please lower the weapons? Keep them off the hotbar, thank you. A totem of him
Oh,
dying is
okay.
acceptable.
Prosecution,
we'll
we're
go
waiting on your evidence.
Yeah, prosecution,
Okay.
if you'd enter.
So I would like to. So do I do evidence or call person to stand?
We'll start with. It's up to you. Dealer's choice.
Okay. We will pull the first set of evidence, the ransom signs. The first thing to identify Baby Yoda as missing.
Objection, Your Honor. The original ransom signs were destroyed.
Ah, is that
Am
so?
I correct?
All but 2. Yes, Your Honor. The 2 of
Okay.
them have
So
been
how can
destroyed
this be proven to be true?
because, for my next witness, I was going to call up the investigator of this crime has taken notes of exactly what these signs have said.
A private investigator with no prior experience or credentials.
You can call into question the professionalism of the investigator at a later date.
Credentials is the word. Your Honor.
Yeah, but you just said he doesn't have any.
Lack thereof is what you would say.
Fair enough.
Your Honor.
We can call into question that later, but for now, we're just going to go over the signs. So you say 2 of them were destroyed?
2 of them, yes. The first 2 were never destroyed. The second 2 were based off of the investigators' investigation.
In what
could
manner
you please-
investigation? His memory? Your Honor,
notes,
would that hold
actually.
up in court?
Memory
Because,
probably
this is-
Memory
not.
does hold up in court.
This is an ace attorney prosecution, I guess, which means you will have to be deeming whether evidence is admissible or not. Judge, Your Honor.
Do you have any further evidence other than just the private investigator's memory?
I have video and picture footage, but I don't know how to put this in here.
Your Honor, if the prosecution isn't prepared for court, I don't think he should be wasting your time.
I have the ability to tab out. That should be acceptable enough, I believe.
This
We'll
is a
accept-
highly publicized case. If you want to drag this out for months, you can drag this out for months.
I don't believe that will be happening.
You saw how long it took us to get started tonight.
I did. But apart from Ryan, I don't believe any of us has a bedtime, so...
Hey,
Yes, we
that-
can move on, but I ask that you please refrain from shouting into court. Okay, so we've got 4 signs, which are you claim is placed down by the defendant, I'm assuming?
yes. Would you like me to read the signs?
Yes, please. I can't see them from here.
Oh, yes. So the first sign is, I have taken the child. If you ever want to see it again, you will bring 32 diamonds to my house. To find my house, you will go northeast corner of the lake, follow the strip logs to my house, and leave the ransom in my mailbox.
Your Honor, if I may, this
Speak.
is oddly well remembered, Ryan, for somebody that seems so unprepared for this court date.
You don't know how unprepared I am. Would you like to bring up the fact that you're suggesting many things here?
You were 30 minutes late. You may continue now.
You're a sheep.
Okay,
Wake
metaphor.
up, sheeple. This is a political
yes.
statement. This outfit, just so you know.
The defense will please quiet. Prosecution, do you have any witnesses to back up the statements on these signs?
I do. I would like to call in my my first person,
Witness?
my first witness, the actual detective or investigator. Day Tripper 82. He was the first one to find the signs.
Your Honor,
Yes.
as far as I understand, it was the Damien Dank Detective Agency that discovered the signs.
Yes.
Day
Why
Tripper
Day Tripper 82?
Would you care to rectify this brief misconception?
Yes. I'm Damien Dank, Private Eye. I started my business fairly recently and closed down fairly recently after my first and only case. I also go by Nathan and Daytrip 82. For the sake of this, you can just refer to me as Nathan. It's my mother's name.
It's not, but okay. Prosecution, your witness.
I would like to ask you a couple questions about these signs. Where did you quite find these?
Oh, yes. I found them right next to where I last saw Baby Yoda, outside of his little pen, there were these signs left on the ground, and I went over to investigate them and have a look, and that's
You
where I
mean to
found
say
them.
you took a child in a pen?
Yes.
Like an animal?
Yes.
We might discuss this later.
I would
Carry
also
on.
like to question.
Your Honor, I will mention that in my cross-examination of the witness. Prosecution, continue.
Just for clarity's sake, I would like to ask you how the last two signs were broken.
Ah. Yes, they were broken when a creeper exploded, striking them from the world.
So we
Not
did
with
not,
Oddly specific.
we did not intentionally break these signs.
Oddly
or break them.
convenient.
It was the
The
entity
defense
that had
will be
destroyed it.
quiet.
I would like to ask you a couple more questions. So, did you take these directions?
I did. Well,
And
after the fact I did. When I looked back at my video footage.
yes, he also has a recording of it, Your Honor.
I see. I've actually been privy to this in Discovery, so it should be.
There
can't
was no
confirm.
discovery. This is Ace Attorney law. I asked for the discovery many times and was
Yeah,
rebuffed.
well,
The defense will please quiet. The Discovery is public knowledge. It's on his YouTube channel.
YouTube.com/DamienDank. There you guys go. That's a free one for me.
That is
And-
indeed.
I would just like to ask you a couple more questions. Just I need to get something from here. Does when you followed these signs, does this look familiar to you? If I can place this properly.
Why, that looks like a barrel.
And where did you may have found this barrel? Sorry, Your Honor, this evidence was found by Private Eye and our anti-terrorist
But a
task
witness,
force.
yes.
I found this barrel outside of a little house, and on the barrel there was this note saying, "Please put the money in this barrel," and that's what was there outside of that
Actually,
house.
the direct statement is, it's not currently here because I had nowhere to put it. But pictures from the
Yeah.
Investigation.
I'm sure that can be confirmed.
it says, "Leave my payment here.
Can it be?
Don't come in. Don't contact the police." Those are the specifics of the sign, Your Honor.
Okay.
And after this, where did this investigation take you?
Inside of that house.
May I, in fact, ask whose house this was?
Not sure.
Okay.
It was a little shack in the woods, and do you want to continue with this?
Yes. So I followed the directions on those signs, and I went. It was further outside of town, and it was an unknown shack. There was no sign on it. It didn't say who it belonged to, other than the sign that said "Leave the ransom."
I see.
And so I ventured inside in case they had more victims. And I went on in,
Breaking and entering, yes, as a detective is wont to do.
and the place exploded.
Exploded, you say?
It exploded, yes. It hissed at me, and I was kind of confused because there was a donkey in there, and I didn't know why the donkey was hissing, and then the place was just gone. And I was in a hole. A crater.
I see. Was this... I believe you've probably gone over the tapes, but do you know, was this a creeper activity or TNT?
TNT.
Carry on.
Okay, yes. So, your investigation after you found these signs, where did that take you?
Oh,
You said you found the barrel's later part after recreating the signs.
Oh.
Where did this investigation take you after you found the signs?
after I found the signs, my investigation took me to the defendant's house, where
And what did you find in the defendant's house?
I found Baby Yoda, Your Honor.
And could you please describe how that process went?
We walked in through the front door, and we walked into the basement, and buried underneath the cold cement stone floor, after we heard his
Cobblestone.
cries, was Baby Yoda.
I would like to add there was multiple secret entrances, multiple secret buttons that he had to go through in order to find the kidnapped child.
Okay.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. The defense will begin cross-examination.
Nathan,
Hello,
Detective Damien Dank.
Private Eye.
Remind me, where do you get your credentials?
Oh, well, I got them online.
Did you now? Did you? It's my understanding that we both attend York University.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now that we have dealt with your so-called credentials,
Well-
that was me doing air quotes, by the way, credentials, I would now like to go over your recollection of the events, which, as I was not privy to the discovery, I've gone over the footage myself. So we'll start with the convenience of the explosion that destroyed the signs. Isn't that odd, you know? Because this seems to have led you somewhere, but in the video, you seem to have gone to my house.
Yes.
Objection.
Now we must ask, why would he have
Prosecution may
gone
speak.
to my house?
Defense, please quiet. May I
The
hear the
judge
objection?
has seen the footage, and I would like to ask his conclusion whether this was planted or not.
At this moment, counter to any other evidence, I believe the signs were in fact destroyed by accident. Yeah, that's all I have to say on that. Honestly, defense can continue.
Your Honor, that's not the only convenient explosion to my prosecutor, or my
In this case,
Defense.
my prosecutor's argument. The house that Nathan apparently went to conveniently destroyed, wiping all forensic evidence. Forensic evidence, another thing sorely lacking in the prosecutor's case. Okay,
be fair, this is Minecraft. There are no fingerprints.
I'll have none of your back chat. All right. The next step. I would like to call into the credentials of the detective again, in the fact that, what is the opening scene of your video, Nathan? If you could recall for us.
I am sitting, having a drink, and
What were you
reminiscing.
drinking?
Coca-Cola.
Sure doesn't look like Coca-Cola to me.
It is contained.
Moving
in
on.
that sauce.
Moving on.
Objection. That's substantive.
No, it's not. That's not a word. Moving on.
Overruled.
I believe at the end of the video, can you recall what happens?
Oh, I quit being a detective. It wasn't for me.
Quit being a detective. And what prompted you quitting being a detective? What happened there?
It was a.
What happened in the basement of my house?
Objection. I would like to add that he has confirmed the child was in the basement of his house.
Oh, I'm not arguing the child was in the basement of my house. I'm not saying that isn't where he was found. We have evidence that that's where he was found. Whether I put him there, that's a whole different story.
The witnesses will please not set fire to the courtroom. Thank you. Is that too much to ask?
I will put out the fire, as I am a hero of the people.
Hey, Adam, lava, please. This is kangaroo court.
This is kangaroo court.
Your Honor, I'm not done my case.
We'll continue that in a moment. Order in the court, please. Order in the court.
Your Honor, I suggest we take a brief recess.
I think that would be best.
For dramatic value.
Yes,
Thank
and
you. I
also
will retire to
reconstruction.
my chambers.
We don't have chambers.
Yeah, we do.
We have a small cell.
This is
God
this is
damn
not a
it.
small cell.
I've got the achievement for the Stone Age. What's the other?
Well, so much for our court now.
I mean, the front half's still there.
Your
Name was
Honor, may I
Adam.
continue?
One moment, please. Let's patch this up.
Looks good to me.
I don't have many blocks in my inventory. I'm sorry.
That's fine. It's fine.
Oh, God damn it. Amateurs. I work with amateurs.
What is it, amateur hour right now?
By the way, does anyone else want to sit in these chairs here? They're quite nice.
I
What
think
were the
somebody
purpose of
should
those
be.
chairs, Nate?
They're there to just kind of
Versus
balance things
Isabella.
out.
That's funny.
Aesthetic
Chris, I
value,
like
I
your
guess.
skin in your head.
It's Animal Crossing X Doom.
Animal Crossing with Doom.
That's good. The classic, classic mixing.
All right.
I believe order has been that is very offensive language, please. We appear to have lost our entire jury.
They were just
Kangaroo
spectators.
court.
It's Kangaroo Court. There are no jury. I've also finished my drink. Okay.
we can-
The defense can continue their cross-examination of the witness.
It is my understanding that the baby known as Yoda was victim of persistent and rampant child abuse. We can see at the end of Nathan's video, though he declined to mention it the many times I asked, the abuse and attempted forced drowning of the child.
Forced drowning, you say?
Mm-hmm. He was shoved in a rock, and water was poured over his head.
I see the confusion here. I think you're misunderstanding what happened. You see,
Enlighten us.
Baby Yoda and we have a good relationship with Baby Yoda. He is quite the strong entity. He's quite durable, and so we can be a little rougher with him than we would be normally with a normal child. Baby Yoda isn't just a normal child. He is a little bit stronger, a little bit sturdier, so we can be a little bit rougher with him. And we gave him a nice bath in the basement, and
Did you provide him air during this bath?
as it turns out, because he is in fact an alien, he doesn't need air, and he survived perfectly fine.
Did you know beforehand?
Did he survive is the real question. Where do you conject that Baby Yoda is now?
Oh, well,
Did you kill him by wiping him from the server?
no. In fact, you can see Baby Yoda's body just outside this courtroom over there. He's very much
Your Honor?
alive and well.
What? Your Honor and the court, please recognize that Nathan said body. He said
Well-
the body of Baby Yoda.
You see, some events
This is my
transpired after he was found. I think it might have been the trauma of the kidnapping. Baby Yoda is in a comatose state. He is not moving and not blinking. He is just standing.
Guys, I seem to have dropped my sword. Could somebody find that for me?
Sword, your diamond sword.
My it's called the Cock Destroyer. You guys could just take a look around, see where you're seated. Sam, do
not
you have it? I was trying to pass your helmet to you. Okay, your helmet's where you're standing.
You can find your sword later.
It's very important to me, Your Honor.
Well, it's clearly not on the ground. And does anyone have it in their inventory? You got it.
Nope, I do not have it in my inventory, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll just continue with my case, ignoring the fact that I just lost my...
We'll find it later. Don't worry.
You're holding the sword right now.
Me?
Yes.
Am I?
Yeah.
Hey, it's back!
You just
It's
hit the
beard in my hand!
Your Honor, I would
weapons
like
away.
to.
Okay,
I would like
I'll
to
put it away.
confirm
I'll put it away.
that the defendant has just attacked my witness.
That
Witness,
was a
you may
simple
treat the
demonstration. That was a simple
Witness?
demonstration.
Witness, you may treat the defendant as hostile, if you will.
I would like to bring out the fact that I may have hit the witness with a diamond sword, which is less damage than would have been done to Baby Yoda by leaving him submerged in lava. What else do I have to say here? So you have no credentials. Your
I
video
do,
is shifty
I do
at
have
best.
credentials. I told you I took online courses.
You do have credentials in graphic design.
No. So, let me tell you. You can Google this yourself right now. Wiki how to be a detective. Yeah.
Your
You
Honor,
guys.
I would like to remove my previous statement. The detective is clearly, as you can see my air quotes here, a well-seasoned detective. I would now like to discuss my final part of the video, to my understanding, the discovery of the child. Nathan, can you enlighten the court as to how you discovered Baby Yoda?
We heard his pitiful cries coming from underneath the floor.
Did you?
Yes.
Because when I watched the video, and I've seen it several times, it's a good video. You are discovering the entrance to my potato farm when somebody else hears Baby Yoda, air quotes again, and you
Order in the
proceed-
court. Stop that.
you proceed to go and
Who was that?
discover this
don't know.
this
Oh,
child.
For fuck's sake.
Is this true?
That is true, yes.
Oh, sorry, I accidentally pressed the button. Sorry, I'll look not near you anymore.
I don't know what's happening right now.
Who's that down there?
Is that Nikki?
I don't know. I didn't think he was on right now.
I don't feel safe standing here anymore.
And yet again, two of the signs have been destroyed.
Convenient for my prosecutor. Anyway,
Not
Adam isn't on
I'm
my
finished
side.
I'm finished with this witness.
Okay. I have a further question for the witness before you leave, please.
Oh, yes, Your
May I
Honor.
ask?
Yeah.
I don't think
why-
the judge can ask questions.
I don't think you get to decide what the judge does.
You definitely can't. May I ask why it is that you actually went into the defense's house in search of Baby Yoda?
Oh, yes.
Did you hear the cries from outside?
No. We suspected that he had done the kidnapping because we had known that he was the last person to be on the server beforehand.
I see. No other evidence than that.
Nope, that was what led my suspicion. It was also my amazing intuition.
Yes. We've
My
listened.
my extensive
Prosecution, may I call
detective training.
the next witness, please.
Prosecution is finished on its witnesses.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. The prosecution would like to, if at all possible, call the person who accompanied Mr. Nathan on the trip. I don't know where he is. That would be Nikki, but he's cameraman, so I don't know how viable that is.
Your Honor, the prosecutor can't call in pretend witnesses.
If you watch the video, like you
I'm
said multiple
uncertain,
times,
but I think Nikki is actually a person.
you must have
Can-
realized
can
that
someone
there were
please-
two
Oh.
people.
Yeah, but you can't show up to court without the relevant information and then expect us to believe that what you're saying is true.
Nikki's cameraman. I don't know what you do. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this.
That's your fault.
Where is Nikki, honestly?
I don't know.
It's up to him if he wants to take a step into the court or not. If not, then no other
Can
witnesses.
you ask him?
I think he can hear us. Is he not in the call?
Is he muted?
He's on mute.
Fuck. Okay. Nikki, do you want to be a witness?
I'm gonna take that as a no.
Your Honor, I would like
Your Honor, I would like
to give it a minute.
to propose a brief recess so that we can have some dramatic effect.
I feel dramatic effect is not necessary.
I'm trying to split this into 3 acts.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
We can have like reportings on
I
the
mean-
outside in between.
Yeah. I mean, if we split it like this, we just say, all right, we'll go for a recess. We can come back like right now, and
I mean, if
And
Nikki
we're back.
would want to
But
come
what
in,
will the
and we're back on the 4th day of this intense trial. The storm continues outside. Ryan, do you have any more witnesses to prove your so-called case?
This is a case. You can't just say it's so cold. This is an actual case. That's
Well, he
viral.
doesn't seem to have any evidence relevant. So.
I have plenty of evidence relevant. I have video evidence. I have photo evidence. I have physical evidence.
And yet
And I
you
have a
seem to
witness.
have proven
With
nothing.
respect, I see nothing more than circumstantial evidence, with the exception that it is the the defense's house that Baby Yoda is eventually found in.
Okay, the prosecution has no more witnesses.
Okay. Does the defense have any witnesses to call?
I would like to call Maya.
Oh my.
May I ask what capacity she shall be serving in this, given that she
Oh,
is?
it does not seem Maya is here. Your witness is not here.
I am not in
seem
the
unprepared
courtroom.
for this
She
courtroom.
yells.
You
Okay.
seem unprepared for
Well-
this case.
Okay, hold on. It's okay. We'll have this person replace them. I don't know who that is, but they can replace Maya.
Well, if he can have a replacement witness, then I can have a replacement witness. I was not allowed.
No,
I, was
either
nah,
works,
yours
either
isn't funny.
works.
This is funny.
I just need a character witness.
not, I was not told about these rules.
I'm sorry, rules?
It's kangaroo court.
It's kangaroo court. There are no rules. Except don't burn down the courthouse. That is an important rule. Someone broke it.
I would like
Let's
equal
get out.
consideration for the fact that the defendant has to wait for a witness, and I wasn't able to wait for my witness.
Your witness didn't respond. His witness did.
I would now like to begin. So, Sam, have you seen the alleged video, which, again, air quotes court, proves that I kidnapped Baby Yoda?
No, I have not.
Would you please put the bow away? This may be kangaroo court, but I would rather your weapons stay
Can you
stowed
all
off the
stop
hot
setting
bar.
fires to the courthouse,
Bro.
please?
Where's fire at?
It's the U.S. guy. She was throwing.
USEAO. I don't know who that is. I don't know who anyone is, though.
No, I have not seen the video.
You may notice, if you ever were to see this video, that Ryan's house has been vandalized, which
The
I'm
fact that you
sure.
mentioned that,
I'm sure,
I
court,
do
you
remember
guys
watching
can
the video.
understand.
I
I
would
Yes.
like
remember seeing Ryan's house in
Objection.
the video.
Your objection?
objection. The defendant is insinuating.
I can insinuate. That's allowed.
It's
The,
your witness,
the witness has
unfortunately, cannot
not, in
insinuate.
fact, he's just confirmed that he has not watched the video, and
I
after
No, he just
I
confirmed
have
that he has.
short-term memory loss.
Your Honor, you can't
objection.
discriminate against my witness just because he has a mental disorder.
Yes, that's where we.
I don't-
Objection ignored.
objection.
Maya, you can come back in a minute.
objection, I'm not sure
Also
if he's
put a
allowed
shirt
to,
on.
to
This is court.
testify if he is
I-
not with sound mind.
Sam, have you seen this video?
I have seen the video. Yes.
Are you of
Yeah.
sound mind?
He just confirmed he has a disability.
I don't think minor
Your
memory
Honor.
loss is a disability.
The prosecutor is attacking me.
Yeah, he's the prosecutor. That's his job. It's fine.
So,
Objection sustained. The defense may continue cross-examining. Sorry, the defense may continue examining Sam.
okay, so
Maya, put her in a shirt.
at the beginning of the video, it is established that I did indeed vandalize Ryan's house. It is established in a previous video that I did indeed smash through the windows to go into Ryan's house, and then my accomplice, Detective Nathan here, dug a hole in the floor. Nathan, would you like to quote your line?
I'm not on the stand anymore. I don't have to say anything.
What the ho-do-do?
This is correct.
So this leads the alleged discoverers of the alleged kidnap victim to allegedly my house because I, quote unquote, vandalized Ryan's house.
You just admitted that you vandalized his house.
I would like to bring up his previous past of vandalizing.
Your Honor, Ryan stole the baby Yoda.
Interesting.
Sam, do you have any evidence for this?
Yes, in the video, Ryan's house is shown. Ryan has been trying to frame Henry all along.
Not
That's been him.
excellent evidence. If you please sustain those for the countersuit.
Objection, I would like to add Henry's house was also shown in the video, therefore by Sam's logic,
No.
Henry has also been complicit.
The
Your Honor,
prosecution will
I think
please
what my
rest
witness
this line
did-
of questioning until the countersuit.
Okay.
Okay.
Theoretical countersuit.
Prosecutor, do you have anything to say in the initial case?
If you are done questioning your witness, I would like to question your witness.
Okay, go ahead. Question my witness.
Cross-examination
Hello,
may begin.
Mr. Sam. I'm here to talk about the video you so-called have watched. I would like you to recite the people in this video.
Sure thing, that would not be a problem. Let me just turn my volume up so you can hear. Well, first of all, I'm gonna start with the person who's guilty the most. You, my friend, you stole Baby Yoda.
Stop touching my gavel.
Then I saw Nathan there. I also saw Nikki. And here, let me see. Who else did I see?
May I
No,
ask
I'm
what
pretty
you
sure it was
actually...
just
Object-
Nathan,
I would
Ryan.
bring up the fact that the witness is currently watching the video at this current time and is not actually
Your
doing
Honor,
research.
Your
I'm in the
Honor,
courthouse
objection,
right now, and I am
objection.
not watching a video.
It's clear that he's not watching a video. He's standing in the courtroom.
Exactly.
Your Honor,
This is
Your Honor,
Minecraft.
this is
This
kangaroo
is
court.
quite possible. This is
Your Honor?
kangaroo court.
Your Honor, if I may,
Watching video is fine.
Your Honor,
But
the prosecution has neglected to provide the video for everybody as part of his evidence. So, I would say it is fair for
Nathan,
my
would you
witness
please recite
to-
your channel name again?
Damien Dang.
I think my witness, my
Your Honor,
It is available for
Adjutant
anyone
witness
right now.
has already provided the video source.
Your Honor, I'm
You
gonna
will
ask
not
Ryan
doing
to
enough
get
research.
on the ground. And
You
not
don't
on the
you don't
table.
ask the questions here.
Look, can you get off the table? I feel
No.
very attacked.
No.
I feel that this witness is not necessary in these court proceedings, as
Sure thing.
he is
I would also like
a
to
video
add
of the actual evidence and was
that
not
this
actually present for
witness-
anything.
that this witness is unreliable and in
You're
fact
correct.
a deep
The
friend
witness
to
I
the
shall.
defendant and is willing to say anything to get his course acquitted, to get his case acquitted.
Your Honor, I'm not trying to get any course acquitted.
His case acquitted.
Sustained.
I would like that to be taken out of the record, please. Sam will not be entered as a witness. He is. Testimony should not be entered into the record. It is not necessary, nor, in fact, particularly useful, really. Defense, do you have any other witnesses to call?
I would like to call myself.
One second, I gotta one BRB.
Good evening.
we
What
may
is
have
your
a-
name? Would you provide
excuse-
your name for the court?
Defense will have a brief recess while the prosecution is absent.
You just ruined my whole.
Yeah,
flow,
I know.
but
It's
okay.
fine. Just do it in a
I will
second.
retire
we'll,
to my chambers.
we'll edit the video so it looks better.
We'll
Weapons
fix it-
away
We'll
and
fix
stop
this
touching my
live stream
gavel.
in post. It'll be fantastic. Oh, hey, there's Nikki.
Ah. Nikki, do you want to be a witness?
I think he's just the camera.
Oh, he's got a camera as a head. Okay.
Beep boop, I'm a camera.
It is
Whoa,
never
okay,
straight, it always
Chris.
curves slightly to one side. Therefore, no man is ever truly straight.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Okay. I would like to call to
Oh,
the witness
I
stand
suppose so.
myself. Would you please provide your name for the court? My name is Henry. Thank you. And may I say, very handsome. Thank you. Would you please provide your location on the date of the alleged kidnapping? Why, yes, I was not even on the server. Interesting that you would be considered a kidnapper when you're not even on the server with the people who, quote unquote, discover the kidnap victim.
That's a lot of
I
quotes.
I
would
would like
say
to
that
add
that's
an objection
interesting.
to this statement.
Your objection, please.
Day Tripper, being the actual server admin, has accounted that the defendant is the last person to be on the server.
Anything to say to that, defense and/or witness?
Is there any evidence proving that? Or is it just a quotation?
Data 82. Is there any evidence that of server
He's not on
logs?
the witness stand. You can't ask him that.
I can do what I want. I'm the judge.
He's the judge. He can do whatever he wants.
There
This is
were, but
kangaroo
not
court.
anymore. They have been erased with time.
I find that quite
Interesting.
convenient and shall be making those inadmissible in this court. Defense may continue.
Thank you.
I would like to add that the defendant has attacked the prosecution.
Oh, that was a friendly slap on the butt.
Then I get one too.
Okay, that is even. Defense may continue with their witness.
Okay. In your eyes, witness, who would you say would benefit the most from framing you as a kidnapper? I would say who would benefit the most from blaming me for being the kidnapper is a man standing in this courtroom with us today. Would the court care to know who that person is? It seems many people have spoken up today that Ryan
Order in
is
the
in
court,
fact the
please.
kidnapper.
Objection.
Your
Oh,
I
objection?
would like to know what grounds he is accusing me of this.
I'm
We
glad
can-
you asked.
I believe you are entering too far into the case of the countersuit. We can get to that in time, if you please.
Oh, sure. Unless the defense or the prosecutor has anything else to say. Doesn't seem like it. All right, I'll continue.
You may keep speaking. You may continue.
Now, why would you think Ryan would benefit the most from being the kidnapper? Well, it's simple. I clearly did vandalize his house. It's a simple story of revenge. Do elaborate for the court. In the video, you can see that the detective, quote unquote, states, I think Henry is responsible. Ryan, do you by any chance remember your words after that? It's
Yes.
okay. It's okay. I remember. I think it was Henry, are his exact words. Your Honor, are you picking up on what I'm putting down here? Is this making any sense?
I wish I wasn't, but you are being very, very unsubtle about it. You're clearly trying to bring in the countersuit into the original proceedings. Do you have any further questions? That do
I
not
believe
pertain to
the
blaming Ryan?
countersuit and the original proceedings are tied together. You can't really, charge
Objection.
a person
I would
with
like
somebody
to
else's.
say my
guilty.
statement of griefing is based on his past behavior of griefing.
I'm sorry,
not
Ryan. Where are the rules?
necessarily
Where are the rules saying that
connected
griefing is
to-
not allowed?
I'm afraid the rules were destroyed earlier this evening when I fell out of the world. That was my mistake. Sorry about that. There are no rules anymore. This server is
Honor, Your
Kangaroo
Honor?
Court.
The prosecutor is attacking you. Would you please quiet him?
I will not. This is absolutely my fault.
Kangaroo Court.
Yeah,
I
but
would like
it's
to add that my statement based on his griefing of my house is based on his past griefing attempts, not based on the kidnapping.
Oddly specific. And oddly
You've already
convenient.
proven your past history for grief.
Oddly convenient.
Defense, do you have any questions that do not pertain to blaming Ryan?
No.
That seems like a no.
Very well. The prosecution may cross-examine the witness.
I would like to call. Oh. I see what he's doing.
Adam, will you please? Adam,
I'm here.
you are here. Give us a moment. Adam's being weird. There's a prepper outside, apparently.
I don't think I should have to wait around. I'm a busy man.
We
Some
wait
of you
around
may,
for
some
your
of you
witness.
may know I am actually a medical professional.
In what field? I would actually like to ask. In what field?
First aid and aquatics for the city of Toronto.
First
city is
aid
currently
and
closed.
aquatics. It is currently closed. Exactly. Thank you for pointing that out.
You're welcome.
Thank
The
you for pointing
cross-examining
that out.
can continue. You would not be anywhere else. If it wasn't for
I would like to address the people of the court, and that I seem to be
objection.
attacked by the.
Hey,
by the judge.
hey, stop.
I don't think
No,
that's necessary. I
it's
don't think it's
cross-examination.
necessary
Can I
to
get back
aid
to
the-
my
aid the
cross-examination?
It's very
prosecution.
necessary. Now, quiet.
I don't
Can
think
I
it's
get back
necessary
to my
to aid the
cross-examination?
prosecution. You're supposed to
You
be
make-
judging. You're not
I
a
am
mediator
judging,
here.
and
You're a judge.
the witness does not just get to speak openly in court. They follow the rules and the mandate, and the mandate and the rules say it's the prosecution's time.
There are no rules. You destroyed them, Judge.
There are rules in this room because I am the rules.
You
would like
can't
to get-
handle the rule.
I would like to get
I
back to my
know, that's the
cross-examination.
Yes, please. Please
I
do
would.
that.
I happily thank you for pointing out that it is currently closed. He, being a medical professional, knows how this works. Being closed means he cannot go into work, which means he has no means of income, and that in these pressing times,
Is
it's
there a
hard.
point to this
I
line of
understand.
questioning?
Yes, there is. I understand that.
Can I ask a question?
No, you can't.
No.
I understand the need for income.
It's a very valued question. Judge, you should hear it if you're a real judge.
The witness may not interject, but the defense can interject if they must.
Fuck. God damn it. God damn it.
Worth.
Objection. The
Yes.
video was released before the quarantine.
Objection sustained. Adam, leave. Please holster your weapons. This is a court of law.
I would also like to add that he started it.
Not just now, he didn't. Though I do wish he'd leave. Holster your weapons, please.
That is true. He has a point.
Defense, you may continue.
He has a
with-
point.
Sorry, prosecution may continue with your questioning of the witness.
So yes, he has in fact. The defense has stated that the video was produced before the quarantine, but like any other smart criminal, there is planning, and a lot of planning, and in fact, we all knew this was coming. We all knew the quarantine was going to happen. And
Hang on,
succession
hang on,
planning.
hang on.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Objection.
Yes.
Nathan's video was released. Let me just look through my notes here for a second. Hang on.
Are you going to make the same point you previously made?
Yes, I believe he will. He's just going to specify the
Let
date.
the defense speak, prosecution.
Sorry, I'm looking through my notes. The video was released a week ago. These videos are filmed in advance. Nobody was aware that there would be a quarantine.
Objection, I would like to add that this quarantine has started.
You
at
don't
least
get
a
to
month ago.
objection my objection. Judge,
believe
is this objection sustained?
I believe it started on the 13th of March. Data 82, you are the creator of the video. Would you please answer the court's what
have to go to the
exactly was the time it was filmed?
Go to the witness box to do that.
Oh, okay. I'll go to the witness box.
Oh, I would also like to add that his further point that the video was filmed before the quarantine is correct. Is in fact false.
I don't remember.
Continue.
That's
Teacher
what
Brady
we are attempting to confirm right this moment. Teacher Brady 2, would you please enlighten the court? When was the video filmed?
I don't
To the best
remember
of your recollection.
the exact date, but it was a month or so ago. It was definitely at least a month ago.
May I get the latest time as of your estimate?
Oh. Give me one moment, actually. It would have been around February 20th or so, around the last week of February.
February 20th. That is by far late enough. Yep, no, I see no further reason for this line of questioning. I think the quarantine line of statement was far in advance, ahead of time for when the kidnapping actually occurred. You may leave the witness stand. Defense, you may return to the witness stand.
Can you say sustained for me?
Sustained.
Thank you.
Hey, can I get a
Yeah,
high
'cause I
five on the way
objected.
by? Yeah, high five.
Oh.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah.
And I can see why the legal system takes so long for anything to get done.
I would like to continue with my line of questioning.
You may continue.
Like any smart criminal, there's planning. Like any smart bank robber, you have an escape plan. And with Henry's oncoming lack of work,
Thank you
he
for
would
the
need
people
some sort of
supporting me.
income. Oh, I don't know. Maybe 32 diamonds worth of income?
I may be the judge, but I would like to object to this very line of questioning. He does not know that the quarantine is upcoming.
Can I go back to the?
No, you don't
No.
need to. That's why I'm objecting. Please carry on with the questioning. A different line, if you please.
Okay. Like any smart criminal, you have succession planning, and okay, I guess that line goes out the window.
It does.
Your Honor, sorry, hang on.
Fuck. Jesus Christ.
Prosecution, do you need to call for a brief recess?
I would like to hear a defense, and then I want recess.
The defense, you may speak.
Your Honor, what points has the prosecution actually proven that I haven't successfully rebutted today?
We can get to that in the closing statements.
Okay.
But,
Am I done being a witness, or do I have to run back to the witness
I
box?
want recess. I want to take some edibles.
I think I just win the case if you do that.
The prosecution will please clarify that previous statement.
I
Are
would
they-
like some food.
That is acceptable
he's got you
clarification.
there.
Go get some fucking food.
This is fucking back and forth. Holy shit. God damn it. You fucking. God damn it.
There, eat up good.
I wanted chicken nuggets.
Yeah,
That
everyone wants fucking
sucks.
chicken nuggets. We can't all get chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets. Baby Yoda's favorite food, according
Everyone's
to the meme
favorite
community.
food. That's no fucking evidence.
If you say so, Judge.
I do say so.
I'm just a witness.
Yeah, I resent your use of the word just.
Okay, I'm back being defense.
I
Is
don't
there
know where I'm
anything
going.
else that... What are you doing? Is there anything else that the...
Sliding.
Food.
is
I
there
believe
anything
the-
else,
I believe
prosecution?
the prosecution may have further questions, but they have, as of yet, not deemed to share those with us. It's fine. They asked for a short recess. That is allowed. Oh, good. I still.
Judge, I have a question.
It did. We're in a short recess.
Can you
Can it
grab
wait?
me a Coke? I only have rum.
It's further for me to go and get Coke than it is for you.
I'm playing two roles
Yeah,
here.
this
I'm
courthouse is not
defense
going to
and
be
witness.
standing after today.
Probably not.
Oh, you're fucking on. Okay.
Ryan, what
I'm-
happened to your recess?
I'm gonna go get more to drink. I need it.
God fucking damn it. Go get my shit.
We got diamond sword, diamond axe.
Okay, he's assassinated. The court's over. It's not like you don't respawn. You're dead. You're dead.
Adam, show up, you retard.
Guys, you need to act surprised when there's a murder in the court. Don't just stand there.
Oh, if you took my bow, I'm gonna be fucking mad. Alright, I'm going on a witch hunt. Where the fuck are they?
So are we just postponing this to another date?
I'm not
'Cause
sure.
I
What's
have
up?
some serious things in my countersuit. I have some serious evidence that Ryan is lacking.
Why didn't you bring them up in the first place?
Because I keep being rebuffed and I'm not allowed to bring up my countersuit.
The plan is initiated.
Okay, I'm back.
Alright, well, you can have a court with no prosecution.
I see.
Do I win?
Does the prosecution have any final statements to make?
Alrighty, 1 second.
What did I miss?
I don't know.
I feel like he got really salty very quickly.
I have a feeling that this, we might have war on our hands.
I'm not playing in Minecraft anymore.
Alrighty.
Do you wish to continue making the case over Discord?
Yes. I have a location that, if the court would be willing, I have discovered. Would you guys care to follow me?
Alright.
I'm gonna mute Sam and them. Can't stand their fucking voices.
No, you.
Man, Kangaroo Court really is full of jumping. What is this? Oh, it's a cat. Ah, I recognize this house from previous testimonies.
Would you care to have a look around? Let's take a look in the furnaces and the chests. There's evidence here. Your Honor, in these
Yeah.
furnaces, it seems evidence was attempted to be there.
Okay, let us examine the papers.
What did the paper say?
One reads, plan for kidnapping.
Oh, Judge.
I tried to
you-
throw those, and they are now. Oh, there we go. So,
Restroom,
like
a ransom paper, and a plan for kidnapping Baby Yoda PDF.
that's a little bit. It's kind of worse.
If you would now follow me.
Oh,
What's with these?
We may want to run for this. This is pretty far.
I was already running. Why is there a strangled horse?
I told you guys it was Ryan.
That no,
Yep.
that's someone else's.
That's Corey's.
oh, the horse? That's
Yeah.
that's hung from a fucking tree. That's his name. And he is in fact hung from a tree.
Okay, he has a very rich and interesting backstory.
I would like to bring up that no physical evidence was proven. All there was alleged circumstantial evidence. It's a pretty weak case.
Frankly, unless the prosecution has any further things to note, I'm actually inclined to side with the defense here. the only piece of evidence I've heard is
Wait, George, you
circumstantial.
want to see this?
best.
You want to see this? Then you can make a conclusion. But you want to see this?
That's yeah. Okay. By the way, we've left our kangaroo court, so if anyone wants to speak over Discord, there is sadly nothing to stop you.
I guess the news reporter can report not live.
I did not hear any air quotations on that report.
Does this house look familiar to anybody?
It looks exactly like Ryan's. What's in the chest?
Ooh, a chicken's head. I'm wearing it.
A chicken head? That's what Ryan wears.
That's what I wear now.
Oh, what's down here?
A hole, a cave.
What's over here? There's iron doors.
What? What's been Ryan doing? Yeah, there's nothing down there, I think.
Well, I'm gonna go find out. There's some zombies, at least.
Well, we need the judge over here because there's something behind the iron door.
Yeah, well, I'm investigating down here, aren't I?
I don't believe you're an investigator.
Yeah, but someone's gotta do it. And since our one and only investigator kind of quit recently,
Sustained.
that's my line. Can you move a little bit? I'm
So,
lagging a little bit.
What happened?
An attempted assassination.
It's Baby Yoda. What?
I'm actually curious how you got this body here. Does it move still?
I didn't do anything.
So Ryan?
I've been proven innocent.
Ryan had Baby Yoda.
It's true. We did have witnesses that both Ryan and Henry were in court. I'm
Ryan
assuming
was
someone
guilty
checked on
of
Baby Yoda before court, right?
No.
Fuck.
Do I win? Do I win the case? Should we do it in? Should we do the?
Frankly, yes. This
does prove the fact that Ryan did, in fact, steal Baby Yoda.
Well,
and
he
Rey-
is-
this
God.
doesn't prove anything.
Proves that I didn't do anything.
It proves that you didn't steal him a second time, but I'm honestly inclined to decide that you are innocent of all things.
Well,
The defense was not, sorry, the prosecution was not able to add anything other than circumstantial evidence at best.
Should we do this in the courtroom or should we just do it in this icy field?
I mean, at this point, I don't know if
This
it's
is basically a Canadian courtroom.
It
We
kind
don't
of
want any
is.
of that Aussie shit.
That being-
that
well-
kangaroo court. We could just do it. True
Nice.
Canadian ice hockey playing. Nathan, you want to come watch me become a free man?
all right.
It's sadly true. Hold on a second. Let's. Here, this can be Ryan for now.
Oh, sure.
Okay, so I find in this court proceeding that the defense, Henry, is innocent. Please remove your
On
your
how
force
many
from proceeding.
charges?
On the single charge of the theft of Baby Yodas, you are innocent. I have other questions about breaking and entering of certain people, but we'll get to
That's
that
not a
later.
crime.
He's innocent. Woo!
Breaking and entering not a crime. Oh, okay, in that case, yes, he's completely
Yay!
innocent. I
I won the case.
doesn't do anything else. It's a shitty gavel. Ryan, I'm sorry. I gotta have this head back. I like the chicken head.
Thank
Well,
you, everybody. Thanks for showing
Ryan-
up to my court date.
was the kidnapper all along?
All
I
right.
have further questions
I-
about this, but yeah.
You don't need to worry about
This
any of
kind
that.
You could say this entire night has created more questions than it has answered.
Yeah.
There was one question, and we barely answered it.
I think I will end the stream here. Thank you guys for coming out. That went a little off the rails.
I'm free.
You're welcome for all the fun murder.
Did you expect
hold
it to
on a
go
second,
on the
guys.
rails, really?
Um, not exactly. I just.
You didn't expect it to go that bad.
I think I might be the only person watching your stream, Nathan. I'm sorry.
That's okay. All right. I'll end it here.